Welcome back, everybody, to Crazy Town AVP. That's right, it's your gentleman AVP over here. And allow me to introduce to you some of the EV brands that you did not know about. Let's move on now to the first car of the day, Mercedes-Benz EQB. Remember, we last spoke about the EQA class. Now we're on the EQB class. Now, this car here starts actually at $1.3 million, $81,250. It's a little bit expensive, but you know, let's take a look at the specifications here. It's quite a big car, first of all, and the design, in and of itself, is quite symbolic to Mercedes. And it's quite a grounded car. It's a very, I like the ground clearance that it's got as well, which means you can take this down to the villages if you wanted to, or you want to go show off to your grandparents in the boondoes. You could definitely drive this car down there. It's got quite a high ground clearance that you can drive in those rocky surfaces and places as you please, because it's Mercedes-Benz we're talking about here. It does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 6.2 seconds, and it's not the fastest EV out there. It's not the fastest EV out there, unfortunately. But it does have a range of up to 423 kilometers. Only thing that makes this car a little bit more expensive than the rest is because it's Mercedes, number one. Number two, it's because of the interior design. It's because of the outside exterior design as well. It's just, again, it's symbolic to Mercedes-Benz, but Mercedes puts a lot of effort and time into designing the car inside, such that it's literally, a computer on wheels. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Now we've got the Mercedes-Benz, again here, EQE sedan. This car is coming in at a whopping 1.7 million, 24,650 rand. It looks so futuristic. One of the things that I love about Mercedes is they aren't afraid of just going all out with the design and just making it as beautiful as possible. And this car is one of the most beautiful EV cars I've ever seen in this entire world. Literally, it looks like a spaceship from the future, a spaceship on wheels, right? But enough about me babbling about its beauty and its presence and whatnot. Let's talk a little bit more about its functionality, right? This here has got an engine power of 215 kilowatts, and it's got a warping torque of 565 newton meters of torque. Yeah, that's right, 565 newton meters. The most I've seen in any EV so far from this list here. But of course, we do have the BMW coming in to surprise us later on. Anyways, moving on, it's got a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 6.4 seconds. It's pretty quick. It's actually fairly quick. But again, this is a luxurious car, guys. It's a luxurious car brand. Not only Mercedes in and of itself is a luxurious brand, but this car alone is quite a luxury car. So just know, if you're going to go for this, you're going for luxury. Anyways, here's what makes this an even stronger sort of contestant. It's got a range of 660 on a full charge, up to 660 kilometers, right? But this is assuming a high end, which is probably going to set you back about 2.6 million, right? You're probably going to, you're probably going to spending another million on top of the millions that you're already spending on this car to get up to that 660 kilometers. Now, is it worth the price? 2 million for just 660? Well, there are cars that cost 2 million right now that don't even have 660 kilometers of range. And I'm talking fuel counterparts by Mercedes or any other competitor, actually. This is almost just over the halfway distance from here to Cape Town, like from Joburg to Cape Town, which is quite reasonable in my opinion. I think it's quite well priced given it's Mercedes we're talking about here, and the specifications I just read out to you. Let's move on to something else. The Audi e-tron. Now, the Audi e-tron screams C-suite to me, right? The moment I take just one glance, one look at it, it just screams C-suite, executive, CDO, CTO, CEO, you name it. You just name it. It starts from just a very low price of 1.7 million, 45,000 rand. So, it's really not a lot of money, guys. Not a lot of money. We could definitely afford this car. Engine power, 300 kilowatts, and it's got 664 newton meters of torque. That's a lot, actually, right there. 5.7 seconds on the clock, 0 to 100 kilometers, and you've got a range of about 441 kilometers right here. Now, it's a decent car, again, halfway through Cape Town, from Joburg to Cape Town. So, yeah, it's bearable. It's bearable, guys. But if you're buying this car, just know you're buying it for status, and you're not really buying it for its functionality, in my opinion. I think you're better off, again, with the BMW iX3. Anyways, let's now move on to the Audi e-tron Sportback. Now, this is the sports version, basically, off the e-tron that I just spoke about previously. Now, this one here it's exactly the same. The only difference here is on the range. The range here is a little bit more on 452 Ks. Actually, wait, is that a little bit more? Yeah, it's just a little bit more on 452 kilometers. So it's just more by 11 Ks. Just get the sports version off the e-tron. Moving on, BMW i5. Oh my goodness. Hats off on this one. I'm not going to literally take off my hat, but hats off on this one because BMW is a very innovative company. And they know how to build stuff. They've been doing it for a while. But with this right here, the BMW i5, man, hats off. Just hats off. I just want to read to you the specs of this vehicle. We've got engine power here on 442 kilowatts of power coming out of the motors with 795 newton meters of torque. Don't play with me. Don't play. BMW's like, don't touch me, bruh. I'm untouchable. Invincible. We've got 0 to 100 Ks in 3.6. Sorry. Too excited. 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.8 seconds. Beat that, Mercedes. Like, Mercedes, if you're listening to this, just do better, guys. Just do better, because what I'm about to read on you guys, it's not looking sharp. It's not looking good. In fact, let's move on to the next Mercedes on the list here. The EQE SUV version. Now, again, it looks very beautiful, futuristic, much bigger than the EQA and the EQB sort of classes of electric SUVs that Mercedes is manufacturing. But here are the specs. This one here has got 215 kilowatts of motor power and 765 newton meters of torque, along with 6.3 seconds of the clock for 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, with a range of about 597 Ks, basically. So that's just over the halfway point from Joburg to Cape Town. It's decent. It's a family vehicle, so it will get you from point A to point B, and you can take it down to the Boondoos, for your grandma and your grandparents to sort of see this, and your other cousins who stay in the Boondoo areas. Basically, you could literally just take this down there with you. All right, let's move on to the next one now. Here, now the Jaguar is Jaguar is not a very popular brand. They don't really have the most market share when it comes to vehicle purchases per year from South Africans, right? We're very supportive towards Jag, but they're very British, you know what I mean? They're very British in how they do things. In fact, this car here starts at just about 2.4 million, 65,000 rand. Now we're looking, this is about 50, sorry. We're looking here at about 90,000 pounds, 90,000 British pounds for the Jaguar I-Pace. Alright? Mate, just get this car if you're British and you're English like me, alright? It's got an engine power of 294 kilowatts with a torque of 696 newton meters of torque, okay? We do here 0 to 100 kilometers per hour at just under 4.8 seconds, alright? This is us, mate, this is us, with a range of 470 kilometers. 470 kilometers of range. You just can't resist that. You just can't resist it. Just get this car today. Just come over to our manufacturing plant, and we'll get it for you. We'll get it for you done. Nice, quick, and easy. All right, let's move on to the next car model. The next one over here is actually now the Porsche Taycan. Oh my goodness, take me, Porsche Taycan. Taycan, indeed. Oh, sorry, it's not Taycan. It's Taycan. All right, anyways, Porsche, guys, oh my word. This is possibly, or actually it is my favorite EV car brand ever of all time. This brand right here. Now, if you take a good close look at this car, it's got rearview mirrors, but the rearview mirrors are proper rearview mirrors like on a normal car, and I think that was done purposefully by Porsche to just create that sort of luxurious but signature mark to say this was our first EV, and we want it to be iconic going forward. And I'm pretty sure Porsche is going to get rid of those like bulky rearview mirrors over there. You know, they're going to go digital with them in the next couple of years. But it's quite a legendary car. I like the eardrops, the teardrops coming down from the headlights of the car, the spokes of the vehicle, its aerodynamic shape from the front all the way to the rear. It's such a wonder. It's an engineering wonder. This is ingenuity at its best, in my opinion. It does 0 to 100 in 5.4 seconds, a range of 431 kilometers. Engine power, 300 kilowatts. Torque, 345 newton meters of torque. So it's quite a great car. The Porsche is only going to set you back 2.4 million, 77,000 rand. So that's basically that about the Porsche Take Me. Okay, let's move on to the next one, the Mercedes-Benz EQS. Now, the Mercedes-Benz EQS starts just from 2.6 million. So we're looking at about 2.6 million, 68,655 rand. You guys must be you guys eat very well. You guys eat very well. But there is justification behind this enormous pricing right here, and it's range. It all boils down to range. I think EV car manufacturers, right, they tend to design around the platform module, right? I'm not sure how Mercedes designs their EVs, but I would assume it's around the function of the EV itself, around the module, right? The platform module that actually runs and powers the car. The range of this car is quite impressive, in my opinion. It's 784 kilometers, the most I've seen in any EV in South Africa. It's got 6.2 seconds on the clock for acceleration from 0 to 200 k's an hour, and it's got engine power of 245 kilowatts with a torque of 565 newton meters on the motor effectively. So, but let's basically move on now to the bigger, older brother of this, the EQS SUV. Now, the EQS SUV has got an engine power of 265 kilowatts and a whopping 900 newton meters of torque. That's a lot. And 6 seconds on the clock for 0 to 100 k's an hour with a range of up to 616 kilometers. Now, I have to say this, like, if you're gonna get this car, you probably just have you're probably a Mercedes fan, and you were always sold to Mercedes all your life. But again, I would suggest getting the BMW iX3 over this car. The reason is because it's just got more power, more speed, much cheaper, and you still get all the premium features you're looking for from this car right here. All premium features, literally what this car has, the BMW iX3 has. And I'm a Mercedes fan. I'd rather, get the EQS SUV version actually, rather than get the BMW iX3. Like, what the heck is that even, right? Who cares about that? Anyways, let's move on. The Porsche Taycan 4 Cross Turismo. This now is it's not really a sedan. It's more of a hatchback version of the Porsche Taycan, sort of Turbo S, but this is now the Taycan 4. Well, actually, that was not the Turbo S I showed before, but in any case, this is the Porsche Taycan 4 Cross Turismo. It's got an engine of 350 kilowatts, so that's quite big, actually. Sorry, not an engine power from the motors, right, off 350 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque generated across all the wheels. Effectively, now you got 5.1 seconds on how fast it moves from 0 to 100 k's an hour, so it's decently quick, actually, if anything, and it's got a range of up to 456 kilometers. So that's quite impressive. And then you got the BMW i7. Now the BMW i7 is quite big. I hate the grille. Again, this looks ugly. This is the ugliest BMW car I've ever seen, but it's also the most luxurious BMW I've ever seen, in my opinion. We got now the BMW i7, 0 to 100 k's an hour for 0 to 100 k's an hour of 4.7 seconds. And it's got a range of up to 625 kilometers. So it's quite up there with the EQE, basically sedan class provided by Mercedes-Benz. So it's quite, the EQS sedan version basically provided by Mercedes-Benz. So this is a direct competitor. BMW i7 is a direct competitor to the Mercedes EQS sedan. So yeah, you can choose which one you want here, but they're pretty much the exact same thing. But it's just that you got BMW. Oh, by the way, the BMW has got more luxurious actually features inside. I just don't have it right now to show you guys, but it's just more luxurious compared to the Mercedes-Benz EQS. Hence, I would still suggest you go for BMW in this case, but it just looks ugly. It looks like a disabled Rolls-Royce in my opinion, so maybe go for it if you want. It looks like a very fake Rolls-Royce in my opinion. I'm sorry. Moving on to the Audi RS e-tron GT. Oh my goodness, Audi RS e-tron. Goodness me. Now, this is going to set you back quite a bit. Just don't fall off your chair or don't fall off your toilet seat, wherever you are. It starts from 3,359,400 Rand. I'll only have the last 3 digits there to afford this car. Anyways, we got engine power here, 440 kilowatts, and we've got 830 Newton meters of torque. Enormous. 0 to 100 k's an hour in 3.3 seconds. Oh my goodness. Now we're talking supercar range. We're talking supercar range here, not hypercar. Supercar range. 3.3 seconds to 100 k's an hour. Range of 472 kilometers. It's a beautiful looking car. Beautiful inside out. Guys, just get this car. Forget all the other EVs I told you about. Just get this one. It's good for family, it's good for yourself, and it's just a great car overall. Man, it looks so aggressive though. We then have the Porsche Taycan. The Porsche Taycan Turbo from 3,793,000 Rand. It's got an engine power 400 kilowatts, 850 Newton meters of torque, 3.2 seconds from 0 to 100 k's an hour. Of course, it's Porsche we're talking about, baby. What were you expecting? My guy? Of course, Porsche is going to smoke BMW. Of course, it's going to smoke, what's this brand I just spoke about? Audi. Don't play with us like that. Don't play with Porsche like that, bro. Okay, I'm going to kill you and eat you alive. Range up to 452 kilometers. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe and tune in for more stuff like this in the future. Anyways, that's just about it for myself. AVP out. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you when I see you.